So, good morning again, and welcome to the sacred space of healing, reflection, and soulful transformation. This is day one of the 11-day relationship reset journey. And this is not just about fixing a relationship with someone else, it's actually resetting and balancing the most important relationship of all, the one with yourself, right? When we shift our energy, when we release our old patterns and express our truth with love, something magical starts happening. Our relationships begin to heal. New levels of connections begin to open, and we stop repeating the same emotional loop. So, this journey is important because relationships are the mirror of our own inner world. What is the relationship that we are sharing with ourselves? And that is what is reflected outside. So, if something is breaking on the outside, it's often because something is wounded inside, and together we will heal that. So, the first thing that day one we will start with the heal the relationship, because the communication that you share is so important. It's so important. So whether you're having a romantic relationship or whether you're having challenges with your parents, your children, your friends, or even your business colleagues, the first step to resetting any kind of a relationship starts with communication, right? So when communication breaks down, relationships begin to weaken, not because of the other person, but because you stop expressing what you feel, what you need, and what you truly desire. So I just want you all to just reflect back as you're sitting, when you try to express in your relationship. Maybe you were vulnerable, honest, maybe you were open, but the other person just did not understand. Maybe they just dismissed it. And it turned out into a huge fight, a huge conflict. Or maybe they simply ignored you. So I just want you to sit, reflect, and see what happened at that point of time. And was a new belief that was born. There's no point in communicating. He never understands. She always makes me feel so bad. So I better stay quiet. So was this the belief that was formed? That I better not open my mouth. It's just no use. Then you started suppressing your feelings, right? You started suppressing your feelings. You'll be like, I'll rather deal with it alone. You began holding back, not because you did not care, but because your mind learned to associate with pain. Your mind started understanding that whenever I try to express, it all leads to a conflict. It leads to an argument. They never understand. So I'd rather not do it. So it started associating expression with pain. And when this continues, your voice gets smaller, and smaller. And your truth, your own authenticity gets buried, right? And your energy gets suppressed. And you know what? This is not just about words. It starts becoming a subconscious pattern, and you start manifesting people who don't listen to you, don't respect you, or don't see your needs. Because you have this deep belief that it's no use expressing because anyway they're not going to understand. So that is what is going out into the world, and you're again and again attracting situation and people who don't understand you, and then you start suppressing yourself, your own needs. You don't have healthy boundaries. This cycle often begins pretty early. It has not started now. It has started in your childhood days, right? Whenever you wanted to say something, you were suppressed. You're too small. Please don't try to say your opinions right now. Just keep quiet. Understand what I'm trying to say to you. Or you have seen your parents constantly arguing, blaming, and shutting down. And that is what love meant to y'all, right? When we see our parents fight, shout at each other, then a silent decision was made by you at that point of time. As a small child, it's safer not to speak. If I say something, people will leave or they will yell at me. I must keep peace by just staying silent. And that's how you learned not to express yourself, not to communicate, to shut yourself down, not to give power to your own words. And this did not happen to communicate to relationships outside, but it happened to the most important relationship that was within you. You refused to listen to the voice within who kept telling you, let's go forward, let's do this is important, but you kept shutting yourself down. That own inner wisdom, you didn't hear that, right? But here's the truth: your voice deserves to be heard. You are allowed to express. You are worthy of being understood. But you said, no, it's not required. Let's just keep quiet. Silence means peace. So how many of y'all relate to this? You'll relate to this? You can put up in the chat box. So that does this make sense? Does this relate to y'all that silence means peace to y'all? Rather not. Yes, Amrita. Thank you for your response. This is what happens. We don't even understand it becomes a subconscious block within us. Yes. Yes, Priya. It becomes a subconscious block, a huge block. And then we wonder, why don't people understand us? Why do they shut us down like this? But this is the frequency that you all are sending out, right? And I see that with my daughter. Absolutely. Because we shut them down and they start making a belief deep within them that I'd rather not talk because anyway she's never going to understand, right? So it is very, very important to respect their voice. It's extremely important. That too, it's a very tender age to respect their voice and then make them understand, communicate to them, darling, this is not acceptable. Let's understand why you need to do things in a particular way. Let's not shut them down. And then if they are right, if you feel okay, if this situation needs to balance out, tell them, make them understand, get them to a point where they understand what you are going through or what is the right thing. Then it is giving them a good reason why this is not supposed to be done. Otherwise it's just shutting them down without any explanation. And this is very, very important, right? So I just want you all to think about a situation. If you have a paper and pen, you can make down note of the situation. Like maybe you had a situation with your daughter, with your parents, with your partner, with your colleague. Take any one situation and give an intensity, one being the lowest and 10 being the highest. What did you feel? Were you able to express or were you shut down at that point of time? What happened? What was that situation? Did you have an argument, a conflict? And then in the next column, so you can make 5 columns, and in one column, just write a simple one word. Okay, argument with partner. Okay, conflict with daughter. Misunderstanding with daughter. Something, about the situation. And then the next column, you can write the tone used. What was your tone at that point of time? Were you angry and you shouted at her? You could make out from that voice, that irritation in that voice. I just don't like what you're doing. What was your tone at that point of time? Or you were silently communicating also. Silence has a huge language, right? So silently trying to tell them that I don't like what you're doing, right? So what was the tone that was used? Then comes your body language. What was your body language? You did not make eye contact. Your body language was very suppressed, was very tight. You refused to listen. You refused to communicate. There was restlessness in the body. And body language also speaks very, very loudly. You're sitting silently. That itself shows that there's a lot of anger and restlessness within you. So, what was your body language at that point of time? Then the fourth column is your thoughts before communication. Okay, you know that you need to tell some few things, but what were your thoughts before that communication? I know this person is just not going to listen. It's just such a waste of time talking to them. So, what was that vibration that you're already sending out? Or it's like, I'm sure this is going to lead to a huge argument now. I'm just dreading this now. And what was the conclusion? I knew it. I just knew this is going to happen. I should have just kept quiet, kept my peace. It's no use explaining some few things. Or you lashed out in anger, that suppressed anger. You just lashed out. You never understand me. So, what was that? What was the conclusion after this situation? So now do you all understand with this exercise where you all are going wrong? So the communication, yes, the other person is very important in this experience. We're not invalidating that experience, right? But what are your thoughts? What are your feelings? What is your behavior in this situation? Because it clearly says what was your body language, which is speaking out loud and clear. You don't have to express in words, but your body language itself is sending out that vibration. Even if you're sitting over here, your silence, your rigidity is speaking out loud and clear. It's sending out signals to them that you're angry, you're upset. I don't like this. You never listen to me. It's no use communicating to you, right? And then your words. What are your words? What are you trying to say? Even before the situation, you've already formed thoughts in your mind. It's absolutely no use talking to this person, right? So all this is going out loud and clear. And now do you understand that it is, yes, the other person is important, but what are you doing to yourself? What is it in the end of the day that you're doing to yourself? You are suppressing yourself. You are, getting so restless. You're coming from a place of so much of fear and anger. And this negativity, it's pulling down that relationship. It's just pulling down that relationship with the other person and most importantly to yourself. What is the relationship that you're having with yourself? Of guilt, of shame, of anger, of fear. And that is what is going out into the world. And that is what you're communicating out to the people out there. Right? And that is why it's very, very important to sit with yourself, understand where am I going wrong? Why is this happening to me? What is there deep within me? What are these wounds that I'm carrying? Why is there so much of anger and restlessness with this person? What are my thoughts? And when we put it down on paper, you have clarity. You have absolute clarity, right? So, are we on the same page with this? Yes? Does this make sense? So, let's do the whole Ho'oponopono prayer now. which is very, very powerful to release any kind of negativity between you and the other person, and most importantly, with yourself, right? So let's just sit in a comfortable position. Close your eyes. And we start by taking 100% responsibility for holding on to any kind of negativity in this relationship, because everything starts with us. I take 100% responsibility for that fear, for that regret, anger, restlessness that I have deep within me. Say, I take 100% responsibility for suppressing myself, for criticizing myself, for not having confidence in myself and that relationship, and then blaming and complaining all the time. I take 100% responsibility that I feel my words are not important. I am not important. I'd rather not speak up because I'm never understood. I'm unheard, unseen in this relationship. So I'd rather not speak up to keep that peace. As you take 100% responsibility, continue to be connected to your divine self, to the divinity above, and ask for forgiveness. Say, I'm really, really sorry. Sorry that I have silenced my truth to avoid conflict, for suppressing my voice because there's so much of fear within me. I'm really, really sorry for believing that I shouldn't speak, that I should be silent, and silent means being peaceful. Kept suppressing my own needs, my own feelings, never had healthy boundaries. And I'm really, really sorry for hurting myself, for giving in all the time, for just swallowing those words that I really, really needed to say, really, really needed to express, and then burning inside. I'm really, really sorry that my past memories have shaped my present. I never had the confidence to express, and I'm really sorry for this. Please forgive me, dear God. Please forgive me for not trusting myself enough and for always believing that silence is my huge weapon that can protect me. And then, when I was silent, I expected people to read my mind and understand. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for never sitting down and expressing what I needed, for not communicating those important things. Or when I choose to communicate, it was loud, lashing out, because too much was suppressed. Please forgive me, dear God, for building walls all around me instead of bridging the gap. Everything is resolvable, redeemable through communication by just calmly, peacefully expressing myself. Yes, I can put up those boundaries, but calmly, peacefully, respecting myself, loving myself, accepting myself. I can say no. And it does not mean that I don't love and respect the other person. Please forgive me for not expressing the truth in this relationship. Always expecting the other person to understand, to give in. Please forgive me, dear God, for shutting myself down and completely disconnecting, shutting my relationship with myself, not understanding what I need also, not understanding that deep within I need to communicate with myself, understand that inner voice, that wisdom which is guiding me, showing me the path. But I've disconnected even with myself, dear God. And this shows I've even disconnected with you. Please forgive me. Please forgive me, dear God, for refusing to understand myself, not communicating with myself. What is it that I want? Just suppress my feelings, put it under the carpet, refuse to see what is it that I want, and always behaving like the way others expect me to. Please forgive me for reacting instead of communicating clearly. Please forgive me. And later, I felt that it is important to be silent for my own self respect. And that became important to me. As you get this awareness, this acceptance, see all these heavy emotions, this negative emotions getting released, completely getting released. Awareness itself releases all these heavy burdens that you're carrying. And see the light shine down as you understand that you have been suppressing yourself. You have not been having healthy boundaries. Your tone, your body language was not helping this relationship. What you're carrying within was wounding this relationship. As you get this awareness, as you're connected to the divine above, say thank you for this understanding. Thank you for making me realize that silence is never going to solve these problems. And it is important to communicate. Yes, it's important to communicate, and it can be done peacefully. It can be done calmly. So, what if the other person is angry and upset? That is their programming, their patterns. It's not about me. I want to come from a place where I'm peaceful, but I have that power to communicate whatever I need calmly. If that point of time is unfavorable for me, I choose to do it later, but I choose to do it. Communicate what is there deep within me. Silence is not the solution. Thank you so much for making me understand this. That my words have power, and I do it because I respect myself and I love myself. I'm not going to suppress myself and sit down. And thank you so much for this knowledge, this power. And I choose to hear the other person also. Communication is also about listening and not reacting, for understanding what the other person has to say, meeting them halfway, solving. I choose to listen, to understand and solve the problem, and not to react and shut down and disconnect. Thank you so much for this knowledge, dear God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much that I have that power to do this now, to sit down and to even understand deep within what is it that I want. I want from this relationship and from myself deep within to understand, give that power to that inner voice, to that divinity, to that guiding force, life force within me that is all the time trying to communicate to me, and I never understood what is it that it wants, always suppressing my own needs. Thank you so much for this power to reconnect with my own inner self, my own inner guidance. And I love you, dear God. I love you. I know that you're always there within me, guiding me, correcting me, showing me the path ahead. And I know that I'm coming from a place of love now, from peace, from joy. And I now know that whenever I now choose to communicate, I choose to do it to heal this relationship, to reset this relationship, because these relationships are important in my life. It is not about the other person, it is about myself. I love you, dear God, that today I will communicate from a peace, from a place of peace, joy, happiness, from a place of understanding that they have their own patterns, their way of thinking. They don't have that power to understand, but I do have that power to understand. So I love you, dear God, for giving me this power, that inner wisdom to love myself and to heal this relationship. And when I take that first step to heal, reset this relationship, I know that I am changing the vibration, the energy in this relationship, which was always negative. And when I do that, this relationship automatically begins to heal because I'm coming from a place of love and understanding. And that will reach them loud and clear. My body language will be so peaceful and calm. And that is what I'm going to communicate to them. My tone is going to be so peaceful. My thoughts are going to be that, yes, he understands me. Yes, there's going to be peace and love in this relationship when I communicate. even before I want to communicate something. My body language, my tone, my thoughts are so loud and clear, and it's only sending out the vibrations of love, peace, joy, understanding. And when that reaches them, it heals what is there between us. And they're ready to receive me with open arms. Thank you so much. And I love you, dear God. I love you for this understanding, for reconnecting with my own power. Thank you so much. Thank the divinity within you. Thank yourself for taking the first step today to reset and heal the relationship. Thank you for this understanding that communication is not just words, it's also about your tone, your own body language. What are you sending out to that other person even before you start communicating? Thank and bless the relationships in your life with lots and lots of love. Love heals everything. Love heals everything. And let that be the basis of your communication. Even in times of conflict, you will see that conflicts, those situations will get resolved automatically because love heals everything. It has that power. Love is the language of God. So see all these relationships healing, bless them, love them, and you'll see your life being so blissful. So thank yourself, thank your relationships, thank yourself for being present here today. Thank you, subconscious mind. And then rub your palms together, rub your face, and gently open your eyes. How are you all feeling?
A little kind of a heaviness in my head.
Okay.
I don't know Trupti, but while you were saying, I could just, I mean, my body language was sitting straight, but slowly, I was going down. I felt as if, initially I did experience a little bit of sudden back pain. I don't know.
Hmm.
I mean, some body heaviness or what. So there was a back pain, and then it released, and then I started stooping a little bit, little, there was a pull down something, and maybe towards the end, I don't know, but I had a tingling sensation in my like from the head till my fingertips, maybe like kind of
Mm-hmm.
some vibrations of it. So the mind was going haywire. It was going here and there. There was not just one thought about one relation, many things coming, maybe because this was just the first time that, I
Yeah.
was trying to pay attention to something. But yes, I could feel a lot of things. And now when I open my eyes, it's like, oh, going here and there. So
Yes.
not
Yes.
steady as in, but yes, it feels a little refreshing.
Okay. Thank you so much, Amrita, for sharing. So, what happens is this kind of tingling sensation or that the back pain that you experience in the beginning is because, the release is happening. See, this is the first time that you're doing something like this, right? So, your body is not used to all this, and especially the release of your heavy emotions. The body is used to storing emotions. Now, suddenly, when there's a healing light and you start releasing, there is going to be a little bit of chaos, right? But you trust, surrender, and just let go and just believe that whatever is happening for your good. You're releasing all these heavy emotions, your thought processes, which were completely different, right? So now when you're getting in new thoughts, and so your body's not used to thinking in a different way, so all this will start happening in your space. But just let it happen. Give it a lot of love. Give it a lot of love. Release it with a lot of love. And then you will see that it's letting go easily. You're letting it go easily. And even now, during the day, if you feel there's a heaviness or tingling sensation, just keep saying, yes, I understand that you're going through a lot, but I love you and I let go of all this with lots and lots of love and trust and surrender. and you see your body's, cooperating with you. And then you see the release happening faster also. Yes. Thank you so much for joining in. Yeah, Priya said, I was a bit restless today and mine kept wandering away, but I tried to keep it all. Will you be doing this again in the coming days? Yes, it's 11-day reset program, right? So every day there'll be a new topic, Priya. So then today, if it was communication, tomorrow will be something different. But yes, every day there'll be some process. There'll be EFT, there'll be visualization, gratitude, or there will be hope and open. So every day there is a new topic, right? So, and Priya, even if your mind is wandering, please understand that your subconscious mind is absorbing everything because it's 95%, powerful, and it absorbs everything. Your conscious mind might be wandering, but your subconscious is absorbing everything. So let it happen, let that thing happen. Trust and surrender that you're in the right place at the right time and everything around you is happening for your best. Right? Yes, Harpreet, I think you just joined in at 8 o'clock. So the time is 7:30 to 8 a.m. every morning. Yes. So I'll meet you again tomorrow morning, everybody. Yes. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.